Cue the music.
This is the Old Guy Network.
Yep. Welcome back to the Trailer Hood. I'm the OG, the old guy from the Old Guy Network. You knew that, or else you wouldn't have clicked on this video in the first place. It's a day in the Trailer Hood. It's not bad. We had some snow the other day, and snow is a four-letter word as far as I'm concerned. Well, I guess it is anyway, but yeah, I'm not liking it much. I have something I've ordered, and it should be here today, hopefully. And as soon as it gets here, we're going to unbox it and show all you fine folks. And that is my Wen 6-inch joiner. I am waiting for it. I got a notification saying that it should be delivered today, and that is going to be awesome. But what do we do in the meantime? I mean, it's Monday. We got to have something for you. So we're going to head out into the shed, and we're going to take care of something that we should have taken care of a long time ago. A few weeks ago, I did a video on a cigar box that I put together haphazardly, just threw it all together, and Krista was supposed to finish it, but she hasn't had time to do anything, so I've added a few things to it, and I'm going to finish it up today and show you how you can take, this is just scrap wood. We took a few pieces of scrap wood. I used my Dremel router that I got and unboxed for you, and I made this. We are in the shed right where I belong, except it's pretty damn cold out here. And I'm already heating the trailer, so why heat out here? So I'm going to take everything in to the trailer, and I'm going to finish this project up in there, because I've got to put some poly on this thing, and I got to thaw the poly out before I can even apply it, and then it's going to take forever for it to dry, and it's damn cold out here, and I don't want to do that. What am I working on today? Well, this was something I put together a little while ago, and Krista was supposed to finish it. She did flame it when she learned how to flame. She did do the flames to it, and then I added, is it upside down? No. I added this using my Dremel and then flamed that. So it's a cigar box, and it's kind of cool looking. It's got like a little live edge to it, and then I made a fake live edge right there using my torch and chisels and stuff. And I'm going to take this inside along with the poly and a brush, and we're going to finish this thing off, and that's going to be the end of it. We are all set up with our tiny little table here, and the poly should be all good right now. I've let it sit at room temperature. Isn't it funny? No matter what temperature a room is, it's room temperature. But I've let it sit for a little while, and it should flow pretty good. Not sure if you can see this, but it's looking good. And I've had my brush in lacquer thinner. That's what I like to use. Please don't use gasoline or diesel or anything like that. Lacquer thinner has a lower flash point, and it's a lot better for you. And you don't have to fill the jar with lacquer thinner, just enough so that the brush can suck that up into the bristles and keep your brush nice and soft. And you just drain out or pat out the lacquer thinner. Now, as we go along, I always say go with the grain. That's what you want to do. And we're going to do that. As you can see, let's put this on here. And you'll notice that when I do the edges or I do the side, well, I don't go with the grain. But that's okay, because we're going to straighten that up afterwards. The most important thing about poly is to make sure you get enough of a coat on there to get inside the little grooves and all the little nooks and crannies, cracks and crevices and all that, because you want a nice even coat, and you can tell that it looks dry. Even when you put some poly on it, you'll have spots that are a little dry looking, and you want to make sure you go over that again with your brush, and you want it to be shiny. especially when it's drying. You want it to be shiny. You don't want too much of the wood to suck up that finish. And that's most important with the end grain, because that's the most porous part of the wood. Now I've cut out these letters on the top. I did that using, I didn't use the router. I just used a stone bit on my Dremel and cut that out freehand. Make sure when you put the poly inside here, you get a nice thick coat, but you don't want too much. Well, about an hour has passed, and if you hear the fan behind me, you hear a little noise, that's because I've got the fan running. Yeah, it's a little chilly to do that, but I got to ventilate this place. It's getting a little toxic in here. But this is what I've got so far, and I'm not really sure if you can tell, but the first coat pretty much just got soaked up by the wood. So I'm not even going to sand this down. I'm just going to go ahead and add another coat. Then I probably will sand that coat down and then add a third coat. We'll see how it looks, and that will determine whether or not I'll do the rest of the box. I might just do the top, just because. So I'm gonna do that now. You don't need to see me spreading polyurethane on here because you already saw that. So I'll be back in just a second. Well, our poly is all dry, so now I'm just going to go over it real quickly with some 2000 grit sandpaper. And remember, try to stay with the grain as best you can. And switch over now to some very fine steel wool, and I'm going over the whole top. Again, stay with the grain. It evens everything out, makes it look nice. This on just the lid is going to make it more of a matte finish, and that's kind of what I was going for. And I will buff up the top just a little bit after I'm all done. I'll put some paste wax on it when I get some paste wax, and it'll be nice shiny on the top. That's it. And that's how that turned out. It came out pretty well. I like it. I like the fact that it's kind of dry looking at the base, the base of the box, and then it's got kind of a matte finish on the lid, and I do like that. And then it's shiny on the top. The only thing I will do on this, the last thing I'll do is put some paste wax on it. That's it, just to brighten it up, just the top of it, just to brighten it up a little bit. As soon as I get some more paste wax. So yeah, the other thing I will do with this eventually is cigar boxes. Generally, they're made out of hardwood, oak or maple or whatever, and then they're lined with red cedar. Now, I'm not going to line this one. I'm just going to get some red cedar chips and put in there and keep the cigars fresher, and that's it. It's kind of a cool little project. I like it. It's rustic, and it isn't. And here, let's get it all in frame. And I like this little live edge thing that I did here. Basically, the board just fell apart, and I said, nah, I'm not going to glue that piece back on. I'm just going to go with it, and I think it looks pretty nice. And it's another example of what you can do when you have some scrap wood laying around the house. You got an old pallet, dry it out, cut it up, turn it into something that you really, really like. I really, really like this. Some people, not so much. They won't like this. It's not real shiny everywhere, and it's not perfect, and it's not supposed to be. This is an old guy's shed workshop cigar box. This is what I keep out there. Now, I might make a really nice one with hinges on it and line it with red cedar, and I might do that and have that one for inside my home. But that's it. Originally, Krista was supposed to finish this off. She did do the flaming on it. She did do that much. And she had the idea of actually putting the OG on the top. She's really good with design. She can design things. She can look at stuff and know in her head what it could look like. And I pay attention to that. And I try to duplicate as best I can what her thoughts are. So she still did a good job. She had a lot to do with this. So that's going to do it for the Old Guy Network. You know who I am. I'm the OG, and I'm out.